Thank you for staying tuned. Kenyan government has accused millers of unfairly increasing the price of maize flour. It said the move is unjustified as a recent food security report indicates the country has enough stocks to last another 3 months. Report for the month of April shows there were 10 million bags of maize in the country as at the end of last month. The Agricultural Cabinet Secretary, Willie Bett, said the government normally sets the price of maize that is purchased by the National Cereals and Produce Board to act as a benchmark for the market price. He stated that government will be meeting with millers in the coming days to raise concerns over the high cost of the staple that has put households under pressure in the wake of rising cost of living resulting from an increase in the price of fuel. And Kenya Airways may face more cash flow pressures from exchange losses expected from the effective devaluation of the Nigerian naira this week. The devaluation of the naira, going by the black market exchange rate, could see the remittances shed up to half of their value in dollar terms. Nigeria is one of 4 countries from whom Kenya Airways has been unable to retrieve $25 million paid to its agent because of a foreign exchange crunch. The others are Angola, Mozambique and South Sudan, whose earnings from export have been hit by low commodity prices. The Central Bank of Nigeria is set to let the naira float beginning today, a move expected to lead to a sharp devaluation. Now, the new forex policy regime of the Central Bank of Nigeria has commenced. Under the program, the local currency, the naira, will henceforth trade openly in the money market without restrictions or pegging. Financial analyst Mukhtar Mohammed joins me live to analyze this issue. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed, for being here.
Always a pleasure, MC.
There seems to be a level of excitement regarding this foreign exchange policy within and outside the country. Tell us what you think is responsible for the optimism.
It's all about growth of the economy. It's all about inclusiveness of people into the economies. Now we are now becoming global player because that's the way it's supposed to go globally when it comes to your currency regime. So I think that's what people are saying, and it's the first time we are doing something different from what we normally do before. Normally, we just do devaluation. We devalue the currency. After that, exert more pressure on the currency, we devalue. So what we've done now is that we are trying to deepen the market to add liquidity into the market and allow it flow like every other currency around the world. So what we're doing now is going to be about demand and supply. There may be a little bit challenge initially because of the backlog of requests that have been there before. But that's where the CBN should be able to come in to stabilize it. After, on the short run, it may look high, but on the long run, we expect the market to be deepened in a lot of areas, and liquidity will come to the market. And we'll have stability in an exchange rate that will be all encompassing. That is, you go from one area to another, you have a fixed exchange rate compared to what we have: official rate, bank rate, and black market rate.
No, as expected, analysts have been making attempts to explain, just as you're saying now, that the foreign exchange policy will be beneficial. But there are people who are saying that, what about the backlog? Take, for instance, we talked about the Kenya Airways that has a backlog of $25 million to repatriate. We have other airways, United Airlines, Iberia. Those airlines have even stopped coming to the country because they could not repatriate their profit back home. What happens to the backlog of foreign exchange such as this?
That's where the CBN also had a platform. They created future exchange rate platform, where you to stop such things of hodling and causing artificial scarcity or whatever. What they do now is that you like a bet. You bet that, okay, the naira is going to be trading for 300 naira in the next 1 to 6 months. And you, depending on the bank, and the bank tells you. Then after, maybe if it's about 1 month or 6 months to that time, and the rate goes high, the CBN will come in and pay you the balance in dollars. But if the rate goes low, then you pay back the rate low in naira. So they have taken care of that. So what we're going to have is that they'll have to be patient for the future exchange platform. That's where we expect most of the backlog to go to, and then they will begin to address that gradually. We don't expect them to start addressing. If they start that down, it will lead to a collapse of this already good policy. So it's going to be like a piecemeal, and I think most of these airlines will come into play in the future exchange rate platform.
All right, talking about banks, how well do you think the selected banks will be able to drive this? And how will the CBN ensure it doesn't run into a monopoly kind of situation?
Well, the banks, one thing we should know, that Nigerian banks also have bonds that they have issued in foreign currency, and they're able to remit payment as when due. So that is a plus for them. And so we expect that they have some event of liquidity in the system. It's not that this liquidity is not there, it's just because of the fixed exchange rate that has not allowed investors to come in now. Now what we're going to see big players coming into the market, and they're going to come through those banks. So the banks will be able to have enough foreign exchange. Whether it's going to be enough, that's why the CBN will have to intervene time. Nobody or no central bank any place in the world allow its currency to just float. There will be that gradual intervention, mostly in the critical areas, like in the areas of power, in the areas of agriculture, and also in the area of oil and gas. If we want to have policy, the CBN is going to come in those places, because those are areas that will touch the common man because of the inflation rate. But going forward, we are going to see growth, we are going to see moderate inflation rate, and we are going to see productivity because of there's going to be price equilibrium.
All right, we'll still continue to discuss the issue, but for now we'll leave it there. Thank you. It's always a delight to have you here. Mukhtar Mohammed, financial and market analyst, has been talking about the new forex policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria. We'll take a break now. There'll be more stories after the break. Stay with us.